I just watched Mama. Oh crap, is that one of my cardboard boxes? Shit. Okay, there you go. I just fed an Archon. Where'd it go? Where are you? There you are. Its picnic table turned sideways, or turned, yeah. Don't know if it was windblown or done on purpose, but there you go. 2 picnic tables over there. One tipped over. Just like my tree. But yeah, Mama Bunny heard her babies. So I don't know if I take Blue and leave the property for a little while, or maybe we just even go inside. Maybe her mother's instincts will be that strong, because I'm even going to leave the gate open for her ease. What? Holy cow. Seriously? No. No. See, you make a sanctuary for puppies and every animal on the planet decides it's their sanctuary too. So I will leave this one open for Mama Bunny. But I gotta go fill in a hole real quick. Blue, enjoy your sunshine while you can. Okay. I'm having a moral crisis over baby bunnies that I chose to move out of my garden. You know, when I stepped in their hole and thought, why is there a hole here? And so, being the human I am, I looked, and there they were. 6 little, 5 little, I couldn't count. They started squealing. They're not squealing anymore. They are still alive, and I'm like, are they suffering, starving to death? Because I would rather put them in a plastic bag at this point and just end it. And then that little, this part of me, this maternal I did everything. The first night I simply moved them outside of the garden, wearing gloves. You know, and I was wearing gloves when I was in the garden. And then because I fenced it off. That's what I was going to do anyway before I stepped in their hole. So they would have been fenced in. I would have made them a pen. Don't know if Mama could have gotten through or not. I'm going to say it's a rabbit. It probably would find a way. Oh my gosh. Last night I decided if they were still alive, I was going to do that. And then I thought, I can't do that just before I go to sleep. There is no way. And yet I'm also going to be concerned about them through the night. And saying, okay, here we go again. This lesson of letting go. You know, they love to throw shit around, little stupid cliches like it's, oh yeah, sure, just do this. Well, guess what? You need a ton of practice. Unless you're just a cold-hearted, and there are those humans too. There are humans out there that would be going, this woman is a nut job. It's rabbits. Well, yeah, I'm a nut job, and I'm okay with that. Call me whatever you want. I don't care. So anyway, I could not tell the next morning. It appeared that there might possibly have been a very short search, like a tuft out of the straw and dirt, but that also could have been from me just missing a spot, because I do that, and I'm okay with that too. See, I'm okay with being perfectly imperfect. I'm okay with it. Meaning, if this is my highest, whatever the hell I'm trying to say, level of achievement, I mean, if this is basically all getting old is about, pass. No, I'm not gonna. Okay, first of all, 10 years ago, I made a conscious choice that I was not going to kill myself trying to live, which sent me into a. And when Wolfie was going to go, and this, people have heard this story so many times. You're not supposed to, but trust me, I am not reliving any traumas. These are, as I love how Greg Braden, yes, he was very inspirational to me. Because I thought he was legit. And he was saying things that I had already thought. He was confirming. I was receiving confirmation that I was not the only person operating more of an observer than part of the program. That's part of the program. That's see, this is how I distract myself from the fact that I do believe there's a difference between mercy and murder. My back. Okay, I can't. I gotta sit like this. My body hurts if I sit any other way, and this thing won't go high enough. I don't want to hold it. I don't like to hold it. Anyway, I believe there's a difference between mercy and murder. And I think the coldest, cruelest, most sadistic, which is why Mother Nature is a cold-hearted bitch. I mean, if you're gonna relate this to the feminine energy, which I happen to be full of, and yet I've met cold-hearted bitches in human form, so I know they exist. I try to avoid them at all costs. I want nothing to do with them. They can kiss my lily white ass. So anyway, putting something out of its misery to me is far more humane. As in humans, as in we're supposed to have this and this and this. And if they're all arguing with each other, you're out of whack. I mean, anyone who has ever put another anything before themselves for the simple fact that it's alive and it's in trouble, and you can help it, or you can at least put it out of its misery. It always broke my heart when I would watch the old westerns. I mean, that's pretty much, I learned a lot watching the old westerns. You know, a horse breaks its leg, and you see that tough old cowboy, and he gets his eyes full of tears, and you're like, now there's divine masculine walking in a man's suit. And then he pulls out his rifle, unless he doesn't have a rifle, and then he's got to get even closer. But you just know they're having to make a hard choice, but it's the right one. I'm so tired of everyone acting like they have an excuse to not know right from wrong. So there you go. See, life, it's just, there's so much other energy. And I really do need to be focused on things that I need to do and take care of me, you know. But there's these baby bunnies out there. My last resort, I took this phone. Yes, I really did this. I asked for baby bunnies in distress noises. And my brain said this will either trigger mamas to come running to wherever their nests are, hoping that the nest was right outside. There's no way that a mother rabbit couldn't have smelled her own scent just coming from a different direction if she'd gotten within the proximity. I literally had it right outside of, yeah, just exactly. Wore my gloves. You know, and again, here goes, this is the whole thing. This is Mother Nature. And I'm sitting here thinking, this is Mother Nature. This is how, you know, and or even the, you know, the beautiful grand design. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is the best. That the supreme knowledge, creator, greatest ever to be, this is the best. I don't think so. Oh, that's why I wanted to turn this stupid, you know, because the baby bunnies have brought up a lot of shadow shit. And we all have shadow shit, and people need to start facing that. In my case, I came into this world having night terrors, and I don't know why to this day. And frankly, at this point, I don't care because it's all bullshit. I have listened to and heard so many, because you do not have to go to an actual therapist to hear the information that a therapist is going to regurgitate to you, because they went to a school and they were taught what to say, how to say, role play, everything you did in school. They just kept doing it way past when you started actually working, which is why you need a therapist, or you think you do at least, because you're going, why am I working so hard and yet nothing, the 10,000, the why me's, because there you are. You got off the elevator at that level. Now, some get off at that level by free will choice. Others are forced. Anyway, it's just different being the observer versus the participant. Not sitting in the bleachers. You just have your own shit to do. You don't have time to be following other people. Styx did that song, Too Much Time on My Hands. I lived that for a while, not making enough money to be able to go and experience life and enjoy life and, all that white privilege stuff that all the poor little rich girls and poor little rich boys get to do. And then, somehow also be okay doing a 9-to-5 grind. I mean, it would freak me. Part of me is glad, but then the other part of me is mad. And welcome to duality. And this is the entire freaking experience here. It never changes. You just change levels. Anyway, I need to start working on the shed. I've given myself a deadline. And now rain's supposed to come for the weekend. But of course it was supposed to have come tomorrow. But now it's not. And that's how weather works. And all I've been trying to do is get everything to where it is no longer weather dependent. That, if I could do it in a home, I can do it out here, operating from this little office that, again, just me. Try to hire people and end up with jobs that look okay, but I don't have time to take a tape measure to or anything else. And, it's a temporary situation, but it needs to function.
Are no longer in competition. Philip says those who enter the bridal chamber are no longer separated. They move with a different presence. And the more you practice this inner union, the more your outer world begins to shift. And if you haven't already, don't forget to download my free ebook, Escaping the Illusion, a Gnostic Guide to Mastering Reality. You can download it for free. The link is in the description. The Gospel of Philip is not a text you simply read. It is a text that reads you, revealing the places where you are divided, the places where you have forgotten